My name is Waceke Nduati. Who am I? I'm a student of life, and I think my purpose was God turned my message into message. That is simply what he did. But when, I don't know if you guys feel it, when you tell people you're an entrepreneur, what goes through your head, or what perception do you think people have of you? What are the expectations we carry, consciously and subconsciously? What pressure do you, when you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning, what's going on through your head? Sorry? It must work. Yeah. People think you're rich. So there's an image they want you to show. What else? Then you look at Instagram, everybody's like, I'm honored and blessed and truly thankful. Yeah, and you're having a day where you're not honored, you're not blessed, and there's nothing thankful to be about that day. Yeah. There's a pressure, success. I'm an entrepreneur. I should know what to do all the time. Yeah. I was just listening to you talking about what you had to do to tweak because of the Andani group. And I'm like, that is what an entrepreneur is going through. Yeah. So you see something and she's saying it's tweaked sounds small, but I can imagine what you as the human being had to go through emotionally and mentally when you are facing this threat. Yeah. So you face threats every day. And sometimes what is forgotten in entrepreneurship is there's a human being. There's a human being. And today, what I want to encourage you is to be a human to yourself. And remember, at the end of the day, you are a human being. So let me tell you a very human story, a story I have never told. And it's going to sound so strange. But in 2018, I was doing a program, and one of the coaches in the program asked me, I've never told this story. Waceke, are you tired and bored of your business? And it was so direct. And you know how sometimes an answer is so obvious that the truth just comes out. I said yes, and I burst into tears. The tears were, one, the relief of somebody having seen what I'm going through and talked to me, not as a trainer, not as a person who writes articles, not a person on TV, but as a human being, and called my burnout out for what it was. Yeah. Then on the other side, the tears were for, anybody want to guess? The guilt. The guilt. How can I be feeling tired? How can I be feeling bored? And remember, it had nothing to do with Centonomy. There's Waceke, the human. And then there's Centonomy. And sometimes our own identity and the identity people have of us is never the human being. It's a person who should be fixing. It's a person who should know what to do. It's a person who should just pick up. It's a person who, when someone on your team leaves, they're like, okay, let's hire another one. No, it's not just like hire another one. I'm going to first go and cry. Yeah, I feel like my child has left. Yeah, it's not that simple. Yeah. So there's the human aspect. And if in this journey we don't appreciate and embrace the human side of the experience, things start falling apart. And in 2009, when I started Centonomy, I wrote one thing, and it has come to pass. This business will work without me. Now that there's succession, Waceke is the CEO, I get called to talk about the succession story. It looks good. People are like, oh, you knew what to do. You had a strategy. You knew you were going to succeed. No, I didn't know what to do. But my first business, which failed, I was so tired. I was the everything. I was the thinker. I was the doer. I was the one up at 3 o'clock in the morning because I was sorting out people's money on the stock exchange. I was the one who was going up and down depending on when the stock exchange is going up or going down. My emotions followed that because I knew the phone calls from my clients. I took my clients' money personally like it was my money. So if they lost money, I felt like I lost money. So when that business went down, partly because of what was happening in the market at the time, but partly because of I was just so exhausted and I'd already realized what my true passion was. I said, when I set up the second business, it will be this business must work without me. Now in hindsight, I can tell, I think that was the beginning of realizing there's always going to be a human Waceke and there's going to be a business. And I think no matter what you do, if you can understand those are two separate things, you will be able to let the business go do what the business needs to do and grow it in a way that the business can do what the business you have set up the business to do, but also appreciating that you as Angela, Evelyn, Jack, Steve, whoever, will have human moments in your life and human needs in your life that have nothing to do with your business. So what is best for you is not always what is best for the business. Do you understand? Yeah. What was best for me that time was to take 3 years off. Yeah. And go to the Greek islands. Yeah. But that was not what was best for the business. And sometimes what is best for the business is not what is best for you as an individual. So you have to understand the two identities and understand, when are we in alignment? When does this individual need to take a break, but this business goes on? When does the opposite need to happen? When do we compromise? When you are not the business, you are a human being. And like everybody else in the world, stop this title called entrepreneur. You deserve to have a human experience with its ups and downs and tears and laughter like everybody else.